Just one cow over my shoulder goes. And I sang that song, and they looked at me. Oh, I do. Then Richard O'Brien said, if I play something on my guitar, do you think you might sing along with it? I said, okay. I'd never done that before. Anyway, he started to play this song, and he began, dun 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 dun. I thought, oh. And he began singing the words, and I tried to sing along with him. Not really, but I thought that song's wonderful. And I don't know why I thought that, how I thought that. I'll never know why it affected me like that. But I thought it was fantastic, that song. And so I went skipping off down the King's Road thinking, wow, that's brilliant, that song was good. And I got home, and within half an hour, the agent phoned and said, they want you. I said, oh, great. And he said, no, Pat, you haven't read the script yet. You go to the stage door, Royal Court, get the script. And I said, no, but I've heard the song. He said, get the script. So I went and got the script, and I went, boring. And there wasn't much of it either. And there was, something called Magenta, 3 lines. But the song, the usherette at the beginning with the song, I thought, I said, well, I've read the script and everything's fine, I'm doing it. So we began, and we went into rehearsals, and it was amazing because the script and songs were written as we were working. So Jim Sharman said to Richard, I need a song for you, Nell and Pat, and maybe something that you could sort of maybe also dance to. So Richard went home that night, and he and his wife Kimmy sat up all night and wrote The Time Warp. So he comes in the next morning, overnight, next morning, Time Warp. I thought, oh God, do I have to learn all these words? And then Jim Sharman said, we need a song for Janet, she needs a song. Please write one. He goes home and comes in with, touch me, I want to be dirty. And Julie Covington, who was playing the part of Janet at the time, said, I'm not singing that, that's disgusting. I said, I agree. Shocking. That's what happened there. So, anyway, we got on with it, and as I say, then we went to dress rehearsal, and I really found my character because I was given a nice cream tray in dress rehearsal for my usherette, and I thought, oh right, and to throw glitter out of it. This was wonderful, and I thought, here we go, science fiction. And then Tim Curry got his high heels that day for the first time. And there was no stopping him. He just took off. I mean, give a boy a pair of high heels. It's extraordinary. So there we were in our little 60-seat room, and as I say, Jagger and Bianca sang the first week. Bowie turns up, word of mouth was extraordinary. They couldn't get in the door, it was fantastic. Oh, and there's another marvelous thing, because downstairs at the Royal Court, we were upstairs, there was a play on called The Sea, and Coral Brown, the actress, was in that. And it didn't finish till 10 o'clock at night, so we couldn't start our show till 10 every night because of the band. The music would go downstairs to her show. Anyway, so she was able to come up and see our show with her boyfriend at the time, who turned out to be, who was it? You know?
At Vincent Price?
Yeah. And Vincent Price put his head round the door and said how wonderful we all were, and we thought, oh, God. King of horror. So it was truly extraordinary for us. And there's me with my glitter and everything, and that was the night Jagger was in, and I was used to, we only had an office to change in with no dressing rooms or anything like that, so all of us were in one room. So being a little demure at the time, and still am, I used to go down to the, as you call it, the restroom, the toilets downstairs, and get into my outfit. And I was in the room and someone was in the shower, and the person in the shower was going, I said, who's that? He said, oh, it's Raina, Pat. Raina was playing Rocky. What's the matter? He said, I've got glitter under my foreskin and I said, don't show me. Anyway, so then I go back upstairs and Raina's still showering, and because glitter at the time was like made out of little bits, it felt like glass, because when I lay in bed at night you couldn't get it off, and I used to be prickled all over. And at the time my husband was playing Othello, so he was blacking up, I was covered in glitter, so the sheets were a bit of a mess. Anyway, prickly occasions those evenings. And we went